Hi, Keith Justice here from Juice Technologies. Welcome to the JuicedSign demo application. Thank you for watching this quick video. What I want to do here is I put this video together so that I can help you be successful and take advantage of this demo application without worrying what should I really do to make my time here successful. So here's the landing page. So if you got here, this is what you should see. And this video is going to be installed right on this demo app as well once we get a chance to make that change. But so you land on this dashboard, and you can see that we have a demo link here so that you can quickly demo JuicedSign. We also have an opportunity for you to create a quote if you wanted to through JuicedSign. So you'd click here and you'd create yourself a quote if you were interested in a quote. We have a link here to view our DocuSign dashboard, link for documentation. You can contact us. And we have a link also for our master demo application. So as you can see, this application, it's a very, very simple application, and you might have seen it in prior videos, but it's set up to use JuicedSign, and it has a few, this was the original table that was in the application, and it has a few other tables that were installed to use JuicedSign. What's also installed in here is two of our document generation add-ons, Exact Forms Plus and PDF Stamper, and they'll help generate the documents that will be sent out for signature during the demo process for JuicedSign. So let's quickly go in and let's do a demo. So I'm going to click here to demo. So you're going to land on this add record on the quote table. So you can type in a company name. So let's just say ABC Corporation. I am going, you can leave the default quote date there. There's two signers that are going to be involved in this. And when you look at this, we have a couple different quotes that we can create, or document types. These first two will have two signers, meaning the person who is originating the document to be sent has to sign, as well as the client. So this is the client's signature, and this is the sender's signature. And these first two document types will require both of those. The last two are just individual one signer, and you only really need the contact information here for the client. So let's just say that I'm going to use my Gmail address in this demo. So let's just say Keith Gmail is the client, and my Gmail address, keithj16@gmail.com. And now the sender is going to be support@juicetech.com, and the sender's name is going to be demo sender. I'm not going to include a copy recipient, but you can, if you want to. You can always have a third recipient in this experience that just gets a copy of the final document after it's fully signed. But let's just simply do this one here. So I entered enough information. So I'm leaving the default quote. I'm going to auto create it. So what that means is when I hit save, our Exact Forms Plus batch process is going to go out, and it's going to generate that document for me. So I'm just going to refresh until the document is there, just like the button says. So this takes about maybe 10 to 20 seconds. So you can see that here's the document, right? So Exact Forms Plus created this quote PDF, and let's take a look at it. So if we open up this PDF, you can see it's ABC Corporation. The customer's name is Keith Gmail. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there'll be some areas that we're going to need some signatures. So here, the sender is going to have to sign here, and the customer, Keith Gmail, is going to have to sign here. But Keith Gmail is not going to sign until after the sender does sign. Okay, so let's close that document. We have a tab here called JuicedSign. So when we click on that, you're going to see there's a button here to preview the agreement, and there's a button here to send it to JuicedSign. So I'm not going to preview because I kind of already looked at it, but you would use this for tag placement. But I'm going to click this button here, and it's going to send the document off to be signed by, number one, me being the sender, and then my customer, which would be my Gmail address. So when I click this button, you'll also notice that it's going to fill some, after I do the first signature, it's going to fill some records in these other tables here. So I'm going to click send to JuicedSign. What it does is it's going to open up a little window here, and it's just basically making sure that are you sure you want to send this document to via JuicedSign to be signed off. So once this opens, it's going to show you the recipients involved in the signing process, which is demo sender, order number one. The person will have to sign, and you as the demo person, you're technically demo sender when you're doing the demo. And then your customer will be the second recipient. And this is the order. So this is how we control when do people actually get the email to sign. And this just tells us what the document is and some reminder information, and again, who the sender is. So if I'm good with this, I'm going to click Send to JuicedSign. So what's going to happen is we're doing what's called captive recipient. So the sender has to sign right in Quickbase. So they don't have to wait for an email to get here. So this is actually our JuicedSign user experience. So you're going to have to agree to the terms and conditions before you can continue to sign. But again, I'm the sender. I'm going to view the terms and conditions, make sure I'm okay with signing this document electronically, and I am. Then I'm going to check this box. But if I don't want to, I have some other options. I can print it and sign it. But if you do print and sign, that's going to void the agreement because we're not going to control the signing process. If the user decides they're going to print and sign, they're going to have to provide the document back to the sender in some other way. They can decline to sign, or they can finish later. Decline to sign again, this kind of voids the document so that it's not going to be signed via JuicedSign. But let's just say we're going to agree to the terms and we're going to continue and use JuicedSign. So here I click the Start button. And it's going to take me right to my spot in the document where I need to sign. So again, I'm the sender. I'm going to click here. There's my, I can choose a pre-built signature based on the name, or I can draw one freeform. But I'm going to choose a style, and let's choose this style right here. And I'm going to hit save. So you see that the signature got popped in here, the date's here. I can't modify anything in this document, and I'm good, and I'm going to send this. So now I finish this, and we land here, and it says, congratulations, you're all set. That the first person signed, me being the demo sender, I just signed. But what you'll also notice is we created an agreement record in the agreement table, and we also created 2 recipient records because there's going to be 2 signers in the process. And you can see that the first person you saw was completed because I signed it, and you see it when it was delivered, when it was opened, and when it was signed. And now my Gmail must have gotten an email because it says delivered. So let's go to, and also the overall status of the agreement is set at delivered because not both recipients completed their request yet. So I come in here, I have the email here, which is JuicedSign 138. If we go back here, you can see that this is record 138. And actually the subject was controlled within our application. So you'll have full control over this in your application. But I set this ahead of time so that I want the subject to say this. And this is dynamic. This is a formula field. I want the email message body to say this. And here's my delay and my reminder settings. But I won't go into those right now. But again, I'm going to go back to my Gmail. I'm going to click here. And when I click to review, now I'm signing as the customer, but also you can see that the subject said what it said from Quickbase. The message body says what we had in Quickbase. We have the document is going to be signed and the expiration date here. So again, the customer is going to click to review, and they're going to see a very similar user experience that I did as a sender, but it's going to be tailored to them. So again, they can agree to the terms, so they can review them, make sure everything is good, and they agree to use electronic signatures. They can check the box and click continue. But what I also want to show you is right away when that happened, before I'm even signing, if I go back to Quickbase and I refresh the screen, you're going to see that now the status of that recipient is open, because by checking that box, we now know that they actually opened the agreement. So this is a good way to track the whole process inside of Quickbase. So you can send email notifications to yourself if you want to when the status changes, but JuicedSign sends email notifications as well. So now I'm going to go back and finish that process. So as the customer, I'm going to start. It's going to take me down to where I'm supposed to sign. And again, here's the sender's signature information. So I'm going to sign off, and let's just choose a different one. Let's choose this fancy one. So now it drops in there, and now I finish. And now the landing page, congratulations, that your process is complete. So I can close that. I can go back to Quickbase. I can refresh, and I'm going to see the status of my second recipient is now completed. I have full traceability of when it was delivered, when it was opened, when it was signed. The status of the agreement itself is now completed because everybody in the process has completed their steps. And now if I refresh this button, we should also see, it usually takes maybe 20 to 30 seconds after the last signer completes their process, but we refresh and we should see the document and the certificate of agreement come back in here. And that's really the fully executed document. So there it is. So this now is the document that was sent to both recipients. So you can see here's the document, but if I scroll down, I'm going to see both signatures, sender signature and the client signature. Not only that, we have what we call a certificate of completion here. That's really our agreement certificate. So if you take a look at that, it kind of tracks the whole history of what happened during the signing process. How many people were involved, how many of them were signers, who originated the document, the first sender, this IP address of the sender when they signed, the IP address of the customer when they signed. Obviously, it's the same because I'm in the same building and I signed both of those. But we have the delivered, opened, and signed information, and we see the signatures as well. So again, this is it's like an agreement certificate that you can keep on file for your own reference, or you can include that if you wanted to in the document that gets sent out to the customers. But what also happens if I go back to my Gmail, you can see that me as the customer, I also received an email from JuicedSign with the fully signed document attached. So again, I'm going to scroll down as the client. So, because obviously the client's probably not going to be a Quickbase user, so they're not going to have access to Quickbase to see the document signed, but we send them an email, as well as the sender's going to get an email along with the customer. So this is a great way to test out this demo application. You can, once you do this one, if you're interested in doing another one, you go back to the home page. You can click here to demo JuicedSign again, and maybe you want to choose a different template. Maybe you want to choose this IRS form, which our PDF stamper would generate. But again, you can type in anything you want here, test PDF IRS form. Again, put in, maybe you want to change the name just to see how things change. I'll put my full name in here. Again, I'm going to use my Gmail. And you know what? I'm going to just instead of auto create, I'm going to manually create. So the batch process is not going to create this one. So I'm going to have to click a button to create it. Just a different user experience for our document generation add-ons. So I'm going to click this button to generate that document using PDF Stamper. So you'll see that PDF Stamper stamped my name in here. And I'm going to end up signing right here. That's the tag that we use to place our tag for sign here. So that document looks good. Now you see it in that file attachment field. I go to JuicedSign. I click send to JuicedSign. In this case, it's not CAFTA because there's only one signer and it's the client. So I'm going to send to JuicedSign. Click close. The screen will refresh. You'll see that there was an agreement created and there was one recipient record was created. And you can see that the status is still created because we're still waiting for JuicedSign to send the email, but now it did. So now you can see that it's been delivered. Its status is delivered and the Gmail should have it. So if I come back to my Gmail, there's the new agreement, again, number 139 that was just created. So let's take a look at that one and let's sign off on it. This one's only, again, one recipient. I didn't have the sender sign. I'm just going right to the customer. I agree to the terms. I take a look at them. I do agree to electronically sign this document. So there again, there's the document. Here's to click to sign. I'm going to choose a different signature this time. So there it is, dates populated. This is not editable. So now we can finish. Close that window, go back to Quickbase. Let's refresh and let's see what happens here. So it's completed, fully signed. Again, dates delivered, dates open, dates signed. And now we're just basically waiting for the document the fully signed document to come back to Quickbase along with the document completion record. So this is our certificate of completion. So again, sometimes it takes maybe 20 seconds or so just to refresh and land in here. Our Exact Forms Plus batch processor is running in the background, generating that certificate and then stuffing the files in here. So there you go. Again, take a look at this one. There's the document. There's the signature. And it's not editable again. And one end-to-end on our PDF stamper. That's the demo for that. One other one that you might want to be interested in that you can quickly create. Let's do another one. Let's demo the CC Auth form, because this one is going to require you to fill out some data inside of the document, and that data is going to land in this tab once it's actually filled out. So let's test CC Auth. There's only going to be one sign up. Let's just say Keith J this time. Yeah, choose my Gmail. That's the auth. You'll see these parameters get generated in the document, and let's manually create that one as well. So let's save. Let's create the document using Exact Forms Plus. So there's a document, and you'll see that I'm going to have to fill out some data eventually through JuicedSign, and I want to bring this data back to Quickbase. So the document looks good, and I want to send it out. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click Send to JuicedSign. Same process again. There'll be one recipient, and that's the customer in my Gmail. Let's click Send. You'll see that here we go. We have the document is created, the agreement's created, and if I refresh again, it should have a status of delivered. There you go, delivered and then delivered. And again, we see all of these fields are blank right now. But let's go see how we can populate those. So let's go back to my Gmail. Here's the new quote, 140. Let's open it. Click to review. We should see the CC Auth form. Agree to the terms. Everything looks good. Check the box. Continue. Now I'm going to fill out, and you can see that we're going to end up having a tab. So let's just see if it's all fully tabbed. So when I fill in one, it'll jump me to the next one. There's a lot of data to fill out here, but I want you to see this data come back into Quickbase. I'm not going to enter a real card. Oh, actually, that's the first name, so let's just do that right. Scroll down a little bit. CVV. Now I'm going to sign again. We defaulted the date in there. I'm going to click to sign. And actually, let's draw one this time. Yeah, and I'm going to clear that because I don't like that. Let's do that again. Save that. So when you do a drawing, we put the word signature capture here because we don't put the image here yet. But when the final document comes back, you'll see that. You'll see the real signature that was captured there. Okay, so again, successful. Let's come back. Let's land here. Now you can see that those are empty. Let's refresh the screen. There you go. Everything that was entered into that document came back right into Quickbase. Real time, right away. The document is probably being generated right now. So we completed. Keep refreshing. There we go. The document came back. Let's take a look at it. So we can see that that drawn signature is in there, as well as the data that was entered is also in there. And there's the drawn signature. So that's another way that you can demo our JuicedSign so you can see data collected inside of the user experience brought back to Quickbase. So I'm just going to go back to the dashboard here. We have a JuicedSign Dashboard. So you can see we can create reports that can give you some good, cool statistics about how many agreements were sent out, how many are still out that have not been actioned yet, and even timing of the completed documents. How many documents that I sent out, agreements that I create, that were signed in less than an hour. Also by the document type. And we had 4 different types or 5 different types on our main form that you can select from. So you can get some cool metrics out of here. One other thing you can do in our demo application is you can create a quote if you want it. So if you click here, you fill out this form, our batch processor will run, create a quote for you, and it'll send out the pricing information for JuicedSign. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. I hope it was helpful, and it's going to let you take advantage of our demo application and quickly guide you through that process so that you don't sit here wondering, what should I really do in this demo application? Thank you.